I never expected to discover that my college fund had been drained for my brother's BMW while I was working 3 jobs to afford community college textbooks. But when I walked across that stage 5 years later, holding the Forbes magazine with my face on the cover as 30 Under 30 Tech Innovator of the Year, watching my parents' shocked expressions from the audience made every sleepless night worth it. Before we jump back in, tell us where you're tuning in from, and if this story touches you, make sure you're subscribed, because tomorrow, I've saved something extra special for you. The most devastating betrayals often become the foundation for our greatest triumphs, but only if we refuse to let them define our limitations. Before I dive into this transformation story that took me from financial betrayal to national recognition, I want you to comment below and tell me about a time when someone underestimated your potential. If you have ever felt overlooked by the people who should have supported you most, this story will resonate deeply with your experience. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because this journey involves strategic thinking, relentless determination, and the kind of plot twist that happens when you stop waiting for permission to succeed. Trust me, you will want to see how a stolen college fund became the catalyst for building a multi-million-dollar technology company that revolutionized an entire industry. My name is Sophia Chen, and at 22 years old, I thought I understood how family dynamics worked. Growing up in Westfield, Massachusetts, in a household where achievement was measured by traditional metrics and gender roles, remained frustratingly predictable. I had accepted certain assumptions about my place in our family hierarchy that would prove both naive and ultimately liberating to abandon. The discovery that would shatter my understanding of family loyalty and financial responsibility arrived through a crumpled letter that I found while helping my mother organize tax documents during my winter break from Westfield Community College. The envelope, partially hidden beneath a stack of medical bills and utility statements, contained a loan disbursement notice from First National Bank that made my blood run cold when I read the details carefully. The document clearly stated that $47,000 had been withdrawn from the Sophia Chen Education Trust Fund, established by my grandparents when I was born, to purchase a 2019 BMW 330i for my younger brother Marcus. The transaction had occurred 3 months earlier, precisely when Marcus had surprised everyone by driving home from his senior year at Boston University, in a luxury vehicle that none of us had questioned the financing for at the time. Standing in my childhood kitchen, holding the evidence of this financial betrayal, I experienced a complex mixture of emotions that would take months to fully process. The initial shock gave way to anger, then disappointment, and finally a cold, analytical assessment of what this discovery meant for my immediate future and long-term goals. The college fund that my grandparents had sacrificed to establish, contributing small amounts monthly for 18 years, had been liquidated to finance my brother's transportation preferences. The timing of this discovery was particularly devastating, because I had been planning to transfer from community college to the University of Massachusetts for my junior year to complete my computer science degree. The estimated cost for 2 years of university education, including tuition, housing, and living expenses, was approximately $50,000, almost exactly the amount that had been diverted to purchase Marcus's car. The systematic nature of the deception became apparent as I examined additional documents scattered throughout the kitchen desk drawer. Bank statements showed that the education fund withdrawals had occurred incrementally over several months, suggesting deliberate planning rather than impulsive decision-making. My parents had methodically drained the account while I continued working 3 part-time jobs to afford textbooks, laboratory fees, and basic living expenses. The contrast between my financial struggles and Marcus's apparent abundance had been obvious for months, but I had attributed it to his part-time work at a local restaurant and what I assumed were student loans supporting his lifestyle. While I survived on ramen noodles and library study sessions to avoid purchasing expensive course materials, Marcus regularly posted social media photos of expensive dinners, weekend trips with friends, and now the BMW that represented the concrete manifestation of my stolen educational opportunity. The deeper investigation that I conducted that afternoon revealed additional financial decisions that highlighted the systematic favoritism that had shaped our family dynamics for years. Marcus's private university tuition, which exceeded $30,000 annually, was being paid through a combination of parent loans and credit card advances that were creating significant debt for my parents. Meanwhile, my community college tuition of $4,000 per year was being funded entirely through my own earnings from part-time employment. The educational investment disparity was striking when calculated comprehensively. Over 4 years, my parents were spending approximately $120,000 on Marcus's Boston University education, while contributing $0 toward my community college expenses. The $47,000 from my education fund represented additional resources directed toward enhancing Marcus's comfort and status, rather than supporting my academic advancement. The emotional processing of this betrayal was complicated by the realization that my parents had not simply made a poor financial decision, but had deliberately deceived me about the status of my education fund for months. Every conversation about my future plans, every discussion about transfer applications, and every mention of financial planning had been conducted while they knew that my primary funding source had been eliminated. The psychological impact extended beyond immediate financial concerns to fundamental questions about family values, gender expectations, and the assumptions that had guided my life planning since childhood. My parents had consistently emphasized the importance of education and hard work, while simultaneously demonstrating through their actions that these principles applied differently based on gender and family position. Marcus, as the younger sibling, and only son, had always received preferential treatment that I had learned to accept as normal family dynamics. His academic struggles were met with tutoring and patience, while my achievements were acknowledged briefly before attention returned to his needs. His social activities were funded generously, while my requests for modest expenditures were met with lectures about fiscal responsibility and the importance of earning money independently. The car purchase represented the culmination of this pattern in a way that was impossible to ignore or rationalize. A BMW was not a necessity for completing his university education, but rather a luxury that enhanced his social status and personal comfort at the direct expense of my educational opportunities. The message was clear. His immediate gratification was more important than my future advancement. The practical implications of this discovery were immediately overwhelming. Without the education fund, transferring to a 4-year university would require either massive student loans that would burden me for decades, or abandoning my educational goals entirely to work full-time and save money gradually. Both options would delay my career advancement significantly and limit my ability to pursue the technology entrepreneurship goals that had motivated me since high school. The computer science program at Westfield Community College was adequate for foundational knowledge, but lacked the advanced coursework, research opportunities, and industry connections that would be essential for competing in the technology sector after graduation. Remaining at community college would limit my access to internships with major technology companies, graduate school preparation, and the professional network development that typically occurs during university years. The geographic constraints were equally limiting. Westfield, Massachusetts offered minimal opportunities in technology innovation, particularly for someone without advanced credentials or industry connections. The major technology hubs in Boston, Cambridge, and the emerging innovation districts throughout New England required either strong university affiliations or exceptional portfolio demonstrations that would be difficult to develop while working, multiple part-time jobs to support basic living expenses. The realization that crystallized during those first hours after discovering the betrayal was that traditional family support systems had failed, but this failure was creating an opportunity to develop independence and strategic thinking that might ultimately prove more valuable than conventional educational funding. The theft of my college fund was forcing me to reimagine my path to success in ways that could potentially lead to greater achievement than traditional advancement would have provided. The anger that initially dominated my emotional response was gradually replaced by analytical assessment of available options and strategic planning for alternative approaches to achieving my goals. While my parents had eliminated one pathway to advancement, they had not eliminated my capabilities, determination, or creativity in developing new approaches to professional development and industry entry. The technology sector, unlike many traditional industries, offered opportunities for advancement based on demonstrated skills and innovative thinking rather than purely credential-based evaluation. Successful entrepreneurs and industry leaders frequently emerged from non-traditional backgrounds, suggesting that alternative pathways to success were possible for someone willing to think strategically and work persistently toward clearly defined objectives. The discovery of the financial betrayal was simultaneously the worst and most liberating experience of my young adult life. While my parents had stolen my conventional path to success, they had also forced me to develop the independence, resilience, and strategic thinking that would prove essential for entrepreneurial achievement. The betrayal was unwittingly preparing me for the kind of self-reliant success that would ultimately exceed anything that traditional education funding could have provided. That evening, as I sat in my childhood bedroom processing the implications of what I had discovered, I made a decision that would reshape the trajectory of my entire life. Instead of confronting my parents immediately or demanding explanations that would likely result in defensive justifications and family conflict, I decided to channel my energy toward proving that their assessment of my potential was fundamentally flawed. The plan that began forming that night was ambitious but achievable for someone willing to work systematically toward clearly defined goals. I would complete my associate degree at community college while building technology skills and industry knowledge through independent study and practical projects. I would develop a portfolio of innovative work that would demonstrate my capabilities more effectively than any university credential could provide. Most importantly, I would build something significant enough that my success would become undeniable, even to family members who had systematically undervalued my potential. The vision that emerged from this planning session was crystalline in its clarity and ambitious in its scope. I would not simply recover from this betrayal, but would transform it into the foundation for achievement that exceeded every expectation that my family had ever held for my future. The Forbes cover that would eventually feature my photograph was still 5 years away, but the determination that would make it possible was born in that moment of devastating discovery. Preparing and narrating this story took us a lot of time, so if you are enjoying it, subscribe to our channel. It means a lot to us. Now back to the story. The letter that revealed my stolen college fund had inadvertently provided something more valuable than educational financing: the motivation to build success that was independent, sustainable, and entirely my own creation. While Marcus drove his BMW to graduation parties and social events, I would be building the foundation for a technology company that would revolutionize how businesses approach digital transformation and ultimately earn recognition that no family betrayal could diminish or destroy. The person who discovered that financial theft was not the same person who would walk across the graduation stage 5 years later, but the transformation that connected those two moments would prove that the most powerful revenge against those who underestimate us is success so undeniable that it forces them to reconsider every assumption they ever held about our potential. The apartment I returned to that December evening reflected the stark reality of my financial circumstances in ways that would have seemed tragic just hours earlier, but now represented the foundation for building something extraordinary. The studio space above Westfield Hardware on Main Street cost $450 monthly, leaving minimal budget for furniture, decorations, or the creature comforts that most college students considered essential for successful academic performance. The single room contained a twin mattress positioned directly on the hardwood floor, a folding table that served simultaneously as desk, dining surface, and workspace, and 2 plastic chairs purchased from a discount retailer during my freshman year. The kitchen consisted of a compact refrigerator, microwave, and coffee maker that had been gifts from my grandmother before she passed away during my sophomore year, leaving behind only memories and the education fund that had subsequently been pillaged for my brother's automotive preferences. The visual contrast between my living situation and the lifestyle that Marcus enjoyed in his Boston University dormitory had been a source of occasional frustration, but the discovery of the financial betrayal transformed that comparison into fuel for determination that would prove far more valuable than comfortable accommodations. While Marcus resided in modern dormitory facilities with meal plans, recreational amenities, and social opportunities funded by family resources, I was developing the resilience and resourcefulness that would become essential for entrepreneurial success. The work schedule that supported my minimal lifestyle involved 28 hours weekly across 3 different employment positions, each requiring distinct skills and providing unique learning opportunities that would eventually contribute to my business acumen in ways that traditional classroom education could never replicate. The combination of practical experience, financial pressure, and academic responsibility was creating a foundation of competence and determination that most university students never developed. My primary employment position involved 16 hours weekly at DataSync Solutions, a small technology consulting firm located in an industrial complex on the outskirts of Westfield. The company specialized in helping local businesses transition from paper-based record-keeping to digital systems, requiring exactly the type of technical problem-solving and client communication skills that would prove essential for my future entrepreneurial ventures. The work at DataSync exposed me to the practical challenges that small and medium-sized businesses faced when attempting to modernize their operations without significant capital investment or technical expertise. Business owners frequently struggled with software selection, data migration, employee training, and ongoing system maintenance in ways that revealed enormous market opportunities for streamlined solutions that could address these challenges systematically. My responsibilities included conducting initial client assessments, recommending appropriate software solutions, assisting with data conversion processes, and providing basic user training for employees who were often resistant to technological change. Each client interaction provided insights into business operations, decision-making processes, and the real-world constraints that influence technology adoption in ways that academic coursework never addressed. The owner of DataSync, Michael Rodriguez, had built his company after spending 15 years in corporate information technology roles that had provided extensive technical knowledge but limited understanding of small business operational realities. His transition to entrepreneurship had been challenging initially, but his willingness to share practical business insights with employees created an informal mentorship relationship that proved invaluable for my professional development. Michael recognized my analytical abilities and strategic thinking capacity despite my limited formal credentials, gradually increasing my responsibilities and involving me in business planning discussions that provided exposure to entrepreneurial decision-making processes. The trust he demonstrated by including me in client strategy sessions and company planning meetings was building confidence and business acumen that traditional employment relationships rarely offered. The second employment position involved 8 hours weekly at Westfield Public Library, where I assisted with technology support for community members who needed help with computer applications, internet research, and digital literacy development. The position paid modestly, but provided access to research resources, quiet study space, and interaction with diverse community members whose technology needs revealed additional market opportunities. The library work exposed me to the digital divide that separated technologically sophisticated users from those who struggled with basic computer operations. Elderly community members, small business owners, and students from lower-income families frequently required assistance with tasks that I considered elementary, highlighting the need for more intuitive technology solutions and better user education approaches. The patience and communication skills required for library technology support were developing my ability to explain complex concepts in accessible language, a capability that would prove essential for future client interactions and investor presentations. Learning to understand user perspectives and address their concerns effectively was building empathy and communication competence that would differentiate my approach to technology development from more technical but less user-focused competitors. The third employment position involved 4 hours weekly conducting inventory management for Peterson's Electronics, a family-owned retailer that specialized in consumer electronics, computer components, and technical accessories. The work provided exposure to retail operations, supply chain management, and customer service processes that revealed additional insights into business operations and market dynamics. The inventory management responsibilities required systematic attention to detail, analytical thinking about purchasing patterns, and understanding of seasonal demand fluctuations that influenced business profitability. The experience was building practical knowledge about operations management and financial planning that would become essential for managing my own business ventures successfully. The academic coursework at Westfield Community College provided theoretical foundations in computer science, mathematics, and business principles, but the practical application of these concepts through employment experiences was creating depth of understanding that purely academic students rarely developed. The combination of classroom learning and real-world problem-solving was building a comprehensive skill set that would prove ideal for technology entrepreneurship. The computer science curriculum covered programming languages, database management, systems analysis, and software development methodologies through a combination of lectures, laboratory sessions, and practical projects. The coursework was challenging but manageable, given my analytical aptitude and motivation to excel despite financial constraints that limited access to supplementary resources. The programming assignments required creativity and persistence when working with limited computer access and outdated software systems. While many students complained about the laboratory facilities and equipment limitations, I viewed these constraints as opportunities to develop problem-solving skills and resourcefulness that would be valuable for working with clients who faced similar technology limitations. The mathematics coursework included statistics, discrete mathematics, and linear algebra that provided analytical frameworks for understanding complex systems and data relationships. The mathematical foundation was building analytical thinking, capabilities that would prove essential for developing algorithms, analyzing market data, and making strategic business decisions based on quantitative evidence rather than intuitive assumptions. The business coursework covered fundamental principles of accounting, marketing, organizational behavior, and strategic planning through a combination of theoretical study and practical case analysis. The business knowledge was providing context for understanding how technology solutions could address organizational challenges and create value for companies willing to invest in innovative approaches. The synthesis of technical and business knowledge was creating a unique perspective that differentiated my understanding from students who focused exclusively on either technology or business applications. The interdisciplinary approach was building capabilities that would be essential for developing technology solutions that addressed genuine business needs rather than pursuing technical sophistication without market application. The discovery of my family's financial betrayal was transforming my educational approach from passive absorption of course material to active pursuit of knowledge that could be applied immediately to build practical capabilities and career advantages. Every assignment, project, and examination became an opportunity to develop skills that would contribute directly to my entrepreneurial objectives rather than simply fulfilling degree requirements. The evening routine that developed during this period involved completing employment responsibilities, studying course material, and dedicating additional time to independent technology projects that would build portfolio demonstrations of my capabilities. The compressed schedule was demanding, but was building time management skills and work discipline that would prove essential for managing multiple business priorities simultaneously. The independent projects included developing websites for local businesses creating database applications for nonprofit organizations, and experimenting with emerging technology platforms that could support innovative business applications. Each project provided practical experience with technology implementation, while building a portfolio of work that demonstrated capabilities beyond what traditional academic transcripts could communicate. The local business community in Westfield provided numerous opportunities for gaining practical experience while contributing value to organizations that lacked resources for professional technology consulting. Small retailers, service providers, and nonprofit organizations frequently needed assistance with basic technology implementations that I could provide competently while gaining experience and building professional relationships. The website development projects involved understanding client needs, designing user-friendly interfaces, implementing content management systems, and providing ongoing maintenance support. Each project required communication skills, project management capabilities, and technical problem-solving that was building comprehensive business competence beyond pure programming abilities. The database applications involved analyzing organizational workflows, designing efficient data structures, creating user interfaces for data entry and reporting, and training staff members to use new systems effectively. The projects provided exposure to change management challenges and user adoption strategies that would be essential for future technology implementations. The networking opportunities that emerged from these volunteer and low-cost projects were building professional relationships within the local business community while demonstrating my capabilities to potential clients and references. The reputation for reliable, high-quality work was creating opportunities for additional projects and recommendations that were expanding my professional network systematically. The financial management strategies that I developed during this period involved tracking every expenditure, maximizing the value of limited resources, and identifying opportunities for generating additional income through freelance technology work. The discipline required for surviving on minimal income was building financial literacy and cost consciousness that would prove valuable for managing business expenses and investment decisions. The meal planning involved purchasing ingredients in bulk, preparing simple but nutritious meals, and minimizing food waste through careful portion planning and creative use of leftovers. The frugality was developing resourcefulness and appreciation for financial efficiency that would influence my approach to business operations and personal financial management throughout my career. The transportation strategies involved walking, cycling, and using public transportation to minimize vehicle expenses while maintaining access to employment and educational opportunities. The physical activity was contributing to health and stress management, while the discipline of planning transportation efficiently was building time management and logistical thinking capabilities. The social isolation that resulted from working multiple jobs while maintaining academic performance was initially challenging, but ultimately provided uninterrupted time for focused study and independent project development. The reduced social activities were concentrating my attention on skill development and goal achievement in ways that would accelerate my professional advancement significantly. The perspective that emerged from this period of financial constraint and intensive work was that limitations often create opportunities for innovation and efficiency that abundance cannot provide. The necessity of maximizing limited resources was building creative problem-solving abilities and strategic thinking capabilities that would differentiate my approach to business challenges from competitors who had never experienced similar constraints. The realization that crystallized during these months was that my parents' financial betrayal had inadvertently created optimal conditions for developing the independence, resilience, and practical capabilities that would be essential for entrepreneurial success. While they had intended to limit my opportunities, they had actually eliminated the comfortable dependency that might have prevented me from developing the determination and resourcefulness that would ultimately enable extraordinary achievement. The transformation that was occurring during this period involved shifting from viewing financial limitations as obstacles to recognizing them as training opportunities that were building exactly the capabilities that I would need for creating and managing successful business ventures. The betrayal was becoming the foundation for strength rather than a source of ongoing resentment or discouragement. The breakthrough that would ultimately lead to my Forbes recognition began during the most mundane circumstances imaginable. Tuesday afternoon in February, when the ancient database system at DataSync Solutions crashed for the third time that month, leaving 12 client projects in various states of incompletion and threatening the company's reputation with frustrated business owners who depended on their systems for daily operations. Michael Rodriguez stood in the center of our small office space, surrounded by flickering computer monitors and printouts of error messages that painted a picture of systematic technology failure. His expression combined frustration with resignation as he contemplated the expensive consultant fees that would be required to repair systems that seemed designed to create problems rather than solve them. The recurring technical failures were consuming resources that could have been invested in business growth and were undermining client confidence in ways that threatened the company's long-term viability. The existing system architecture relied on legacy software applications that had been adequate when DataSync first began operations, but had become increasingly incompatible with modern business requirements and client expectations. The database management system required constant maintenance. The user interface confused clients who expected intuitive design, and the integration capabilities were inadequate for businesses that needed to coordinate multiple software applications efficiently. The technical problems that plagued DataSync were not unique to our company, but represented systematic challenges that affected small technology consulting firms throughout the region. Most businesses in our market segment operated with similarly outdated systems because upgrading required significant capital investment and technical expertise that small companies could rarely afford. The market opportunity was enormous, but existing solutions were designed for large corporations rather than smaller organizations with limited budgets and technical resources. As I observed Michael's frustration with these recurring problems, a solution began forming in my mind that would address not only DataSync's immediate needs, but could potentially revolutionize how small businesses approach technology implementation and management. The concept involved developing a cloud-based platform that would integrate multiple business functions while remaining affordable and accessible for organizations with limited technical expertise. The vision that emerged from this observation was comprehensive in scope, but practical in implementation. The platform would combine customer relationship management, inventory tracking, financial reporting, and communication tools into a unified system that could be accessed from any internet-connected device. The integration would eliminate the compatibility problems that frustrated small business owners while providing the functionality they needed for efficient operations. The technical architecture would leverage emerging cloud computing technologies to deliver enterprise-level capabilities at costs that small businesses could afford. Rather than requiring expensive hardware installations or complex software maintenance, clients would access all functionality through web browsers, while the underlying infrastructure remained managed by the service provider. The approach would eliminate most technical barriers that prevented small businesses from adopting sophisticated management systems. The user interface design would prioritize simplicity and intuitive navigation over technical sophistication, ensuring that business owners and employees could utilize advanced functionality without extensive training or ongoing technical support. The platform would include comprehensive help resources, automated backup systems, and customer support services that would make technology implementation stress-free for clients who preferred focusing on their core business activities. The competitive advantages of this approach would include lower costs than traditional enterprise software, faster implementation than custom development projects, and greater reliability than the patched-together systems that most small businesses currently utilized. The subscription-based pricing model would provide predictable costs for clients while generating recurring revenue that would support continued platform development and enhancement. During my lunch break that afternoon, I began sketching the technical architecture and business model for what I initially called the Unified Business Management Platform. The concept represented everything I had learned about small business, challenges through my work at DataSync, library technology support, and retail inventory management. The platform would address real problems that I had observed firsthand while leveraging technical capabilities that I was developing through academic coursework and independent study. The development timeline that I outlined required approximately 18 months of intensive programming and testing to create a minimum viable product that could demonstrate core functionality to potential clients. The initial version would focus on essential business management features while establishing the infrastructure for adding advanced capabilities based on user feedback and market demand. The modular approach would allow for systematic expansion while maintaining system stability and user satisfaction. The market research that I conducted during subsequent weeks revealed that existing solutions fell into two categories that both failed to serve small business needs effectively. Enterprise software packages offered comprehensive functionality, but required significant investment and technical expertise that small businesses could not afford. Basic consumer applications provided affordability, but lacked the sophisticated features that growing businesses needed for efficient operations. The gap between these market segments represented an enormous opportunity for a solution that combined enterprise functionality with consumer accessibility. Small businesses consistently expressed frustration with existing options, while demonstrating willingness to invest in systems that could address their operational challenges effectively. The market demand was substantial and growing as more businesses recognized the competitive advantages that technology could provide. The technical feasibility assessment indicated that cloud computing advances and open-source development tools had reduced the barriers for creating sophisticated software applications that previously required large development teams and substantial capital investment. A single developer with appropriate skills and sufficient dedication could create functionality that would have required entire technology departments just a few years earlier. The timing was optimal for launching innovative solutions that could compete effectively with established companies. The financial projections that I developed indicated that the platform could achieve profitability within 2 years of launch, while requiring minimal initial capital investment. The subscription pricing model would generate recurring revenue that could support continued development while providing predictable income for business planning. The scalability of cloud-based delivery meant that serving additional clients would require minimal additional costs once the core platform was established. The competitive analysis revealed that existing companies in this market segment were either large corporations that moved slowly and focused on high-end clients, or small software developers who lacked the resources for comprehensive platform development. The market position between these extremes offered opportunities for capturing clients who were underserved by current options, while building a sustainable business that could grow systematically over time. The development approach that I designed involved creating core functionality first, testing extensively with small user groups, and expanding capabilities based on actual usage patterns rather than theoretical requirements. The iterative development process would ensure that the platform addressed genuine business needs while avoiding the feature bloat that made many software applications confusing and inefficient for typical users. The technical implementation began during evenings and weekends when I was not occupied with employment or academic responsibilities. The development environment was established in my studio apartment using equipment that I purchased gradually as finances permitted. The workspace was minimal but adequate for the programming tasks that comprised most of the initial development work. The programming languages and development frameworks that I selected were chosen for their combination of power, flexibility, and cost-effectiveness. The technology stack included modern web development tools that would enable rapid application development while providing the scalability needed for serving multiple clients simultaneously. The choices reflected careful analysis of technical requirements balanced with practical constraints on development time and resources. The database design process involved analyzing the information management needs of various business types to create structures that could accommodate diverse operational requirements while maintaining efficiency and reliability. The data architecture was designed to support both current functionality and future enhancements without requiring costly migrations or system rebuilds that could disrupt client operations. The user interface development focused on creating intuitive workflows that would guide users through complex business processes without overwhelming them with excessive options or technical complexity. The design principles emphasized clarity, efficiency, and accessibility to ensure that the platform could be utilized effectively by business owners and employees with varying levels of technical expertise. The testing methodology involved creating realistic business scenarios and evaluating platform performance under conditions that simulated actual client usage patterns. The testing process revealed numerous opportunities for improving functionality and user experience, while validating that the core concept could address genuine business needs effectively. The feedback from early testing sessions indicated that the platform concept resonated strongly with potential users who had struggled with existing software options. Business owners appreciated the integrated approach that eliminated the need for coordinating multiple applications while providing the functionality they needed for efficient operations. The positive response validated the market opportunity and encouraged continued development investment. The intellectual property protection strategy involved documenting all development work carefully while researching patent opportunities for innovative features that could provide competitive advantages. The systematic documentation process ensured that ownership of the technology would be clearly established while creating resources that could support future development team expansion. The business planning process involved developing comprehensive strategies for platform launch, client acquisition, revenue generation, and long-term growth. The business model reflected lessons learned from observing successful technology companies while addressing the specific challenges associated with serving small business markets effectively. The timeline for achieving minimum viable product status required balancing development speed with quality assurance to ensure that the initial release would create positive impressions with early adopters. The launch strategy involved targeting specific business segments where the platform advantages would be most apparent while building case studies that could support broader market expansion. The vision that emerged from these development months was that the unified business management platform could become the foundation for a technology company that would revolutionize how small businesses approached operational efficiency and growth. Planning. The platform represented not just a software application, but a comprehensive approach to business management that could enable clients to achieve levels of sophistication and efficiency that previously required much larger organizations. The realization that crystallized during this intensive development period was that my parents' financial betrayal had created optimal conditions for pursuing ambitious entrepreneurial goals without the constraints and expectations that traditional educational funding might have imposed. The independence forced by their actions was enabling creative thinking and risk-taking that could lead to achievements far beyond what conventional career paths typically provided. The transformation that was occurring during these months involved shifting from viewing myself as a victim of family financial decisions to recognizing myself as an entrepreneur who was building something significant that would ultimately demonstrate my capabilities in ways that no degree or credential could match. The stolen college fund was becoming irrelevant compared to the value that would be created through systematic innovation and strategic business development. The transformation from theoretical platform concept to validated business opportunity required systematic testing with real clients who faced genuine operational challenges that existing software solutions failed to address adequately. The validation process that I initiated during my final semester at Westfield Community College would determine whether the unified business management platform represented authentic market innovation or merely academic exercise without practical application. The first client relationship emerged through my ongoing work at DataSync Solutions when Margaret Chen, the owner of Riverside Garden Center, approached Michael Rodriguez with operational challenges that had been consuming increasing amounts of her time and threatening the profitability of her seasonal retail business. Margaret managed inventory across multiple product categories, coordinated seasonal staffing requirements, tracked customer preferences for specialized orders, and maintained financial records that needed integration for effective business planning. The complexity of Margaret's operational requirements had overwhelmed the basic accounting software that she had been using, while enterprise solutions recommended by other consultants exceeded both her budget constraints and technical capabilities. The gap between her sophisticated business needs and available software options represented exactly the market opportunity that the unified business management platform was designed to address systematically. Michael invited me to participate in the initial client assessment meeting, recognizing that my analytical capabilities and technical knowledge could contribute valuable insights to understanding Margaret's operational challenges. The consultation process revealed that her problems extended beyond simple software selection to fundamental questions about business process optimization and strategic planning that required integrated solutions rather than isolated applications. The garden center operated with seasonal demand patterns that required sophisticated inventory management, flexible staffing models, and financial planning capabilities that could accommodate significant revenue fluctuations throughout the year. Margaret needed to coordinate purchasing decisions with weather forecasts, labor scheduling with customer traffic patterns, and marketing strategies with seasonal planting cycles in ways that required data integration and analytical capabilities that exceeded typical small business software offerings. The consultation process revealed that Margaret possessed extensive horticultural knowledge and customer service expertise, but lacked the technical background for evaluating software solutions or implementing complex systems independently. She represented the typical small business owner who needed sophisticated operational support while preferring to focus attention on core business activities rather than technology management responsibilities. The opportunity that emerged from this consultation was to use Margaret's Garden Center as a development laboratory for testing platform functionality under realistic business conditions while providing genuine value that would justify her investment in experimental technology. The arrangement would enable iterative development based on actual usage patterns while demonstrating platform capabilities to a sophisticated business owner who could provide credible references for future client acquisition. The implementation timeline that we established involved deploying core platform functionality during the winter months when garden center operations were relatively minimal, allowing for system testing and user training before the critical spring season when operational efficiency would directly impact business profitability. The schedule provided adequate time for identifying and resolving technical issues while ensuring system reliability during peak business periods. The functional requirements that Margaret identified included inventory management across diverse product categories, customer relationship tracking for specialized services, employee scheduling for seasonal workforce, financial reporting for tax preparation and business planning, and vendor coordination for purchasing and delivery scheduling. The comprehensive scope validated that the platform concept addressed genuine business needs rather than theoretical problems. The development approach involved creating customized modules that addressed Margaret's specific requirements while maintaining the flexible architecture that would enable platform expansion for serving diverse business types in the future. The modular design ensured that functionality developed for the garden center could be adapted for other retail operations while providing specialized features that addressed horticultural industry requirements. The technical implementation process required establishing secure data migration procedures for transferring existing business records into the new platform without disrupting ongoing operations. The migration strategy involved parallel system operation during the transition period, comprehensive data validation protocols, and extensive user training to ensure operational continuity throughout the implementation process. The inventory management module development focused on accommodating the complex categorization requirements that characterized horticultural retail operations. The system needed to track seasonal availability, supplier relationships, pricing variations based on quantity and timing, storage requirements for different product types, and customer demand patterns that influenced purchasing decisions. The sophistication required exceeded typical retail inventory systems while remaining accessible for users without extensive technical background. The customer relationship management functionality addressed the specialized service requirements that distinguished garden centers from generic retail operations. The system tracked customer preferences for specific plant varieties, maintenance service schedules, landscape design consultations, and seasonal notification preferences for product availability. The customer data integration enabled personalized service delivery that could enhance customer satisfaction and increase revenue per client. The employee scheduling module accommodated the seasonal workforce fluctuations that characterized garden center operations while maintaining compliance with labor regulations and optimizing staffing costs. The system integrated weather forecasts, historical traffic patterns, and seasonal demand projections to recommend optimal staffing levels while providing flexibility for addressing unexpected operational requirements. The financial reporting capabilities provided comprehensive business intelligence that enabled strategic decision-making based on real-time operational data rather than historical accounting records. The system generated cash flow projections, inventory turnover analysis, customer profitability assessments, and seasonal performance comparisons that enabled sophisticated business planning despite the organization's relatively modest size. The vendor coordination functionality streamlined purchasing and delivery scheduling while maintaining supplier relationships and optimizing inventory costs. The system tracked supplier performance metrics, automated routine ordering processes, and integrated delivery scheduling with staffing and storage capacity to ensure efficient operations throughout peak business periods. The testing protocol that we implemented involved comprehensive evaluation of each platform module under realistic business conditions while documenting performance metrics and user feedback for systematic improvement. The testing process revealed numerous opportunities for enhancing functionality and user experience, while validating that the core platform concept could address genuine business requirements effectively. The performance metrics that emerged from the initial implementation exceeded expectations across multiple operational categories. Inventory management accuracy improved by 37% compared to the previous system. Customer service response times decreased by 42% through integrated information access, and financial reporting preparation time was reduced by 58% through automated data compilation and analysis. The user satisfaction feedback indicated that Margaret and her employees appreciated the integrated approach that eliminated redundant data entry while providing comprehensive operational visibility. The system enabled more sophisticated business planning and customer service delivery without requiring extensive technical training or ongoing maintenance responsibilities that would distract from core business activities. The business impact assessment revealed that platform implementation had enabled operational improvements that directly enhanced profitability and growth potential. The enhanced inventory management reduced waste and stockouts, improved customer service, increased client retention and referrals, and sophisticated financial analysis enabled strategic decision-making that optimized resource allocation and market positioning. The case study documentation that resulted from the Garden Center implementation provided compelling evidence that the unified business management platform could deliver substantial value to small business clients while generating recurring revenue, sufficient to support continued platform development and business expansion. The success metrics validated the market opportunity and business model assumptions that had guided development efforts. The intellectual property protection activities that I pursued during this period included documenting all innovative features and filing provisional patent applications for the most significant technological advances. The patent strategy focused on protecting the unique integration approaches and user interface innovations that differentiated the platform from existing solutions while establishing ownership of the technological foundation for future business expansion. The business development planning that emerged from the successful Garden Center implementation involved identifying target market segments where similar operational challenges created opportunities for platform deployment. The market analysis revealed that seasonal retail operations, service businesses with complex scheduling requirements, and organizations requiring sophisticated customer relationship management, represented substantial opportunities for systematic business expansion. The client acquisition strategy involved leveraging the Garden Center case study to demonstrate platform capabilities while building relationships with business owners who faced similar operational challenges. The referral network development focused on establishing relationships with business consultants, accountants, and industry associations who could identify potential clients and provide credible recommendations for platform adoption. The revenue projection models that I developed indicated that achieving 25 clients within 18 months could generate sufficient recurring revenue to support full-time business development while funding continued platform enhancement and market expansion activities. The financial projections validated that the business model could achieve sustainability and growth without requiring external investment or compromising operational independence. The competitive positioning analysis revealed that the combination of enterprise functionality with small business accessibility created significant differentiation opportunities compared to existing market solutions. The platform occupied a unique market position that could provide sustainable competitive advantages while serving an underserved client segment with substantial growth potential. The strategic planning process that concluded this validation phase involved establishing comprehensive growth objectives, development priorities, and market expansion strategies that would guide business operations following graduation from community college. The strategic framework provided clear direction for building a technology company that could achieve the scale and recognition necessary for industry leadership and professional accomplishment. The personal transformation that occurred during this validation period involved shifting from student and employee mindset to entrepreneur and business owner perspective. The successful platform implementation demonstrated that innovative thinking combined with systematic execution could create substantial value while providing professional independence and unlimited growth potential. The realization that crystallized during these months was that the stolen college fund had become irrelevant compared to the business opportunity that was emerging from systematic innovation and strategic development efforts. The platform represented not merely a technology solution, but the foundation for building a company that could achieve industry recognition and financial success far beyond what traditional employment could provide. The confidence that emerged from validated business success enabled strategic thinking about longer-term objectives that included industry leadership, national market expansion, and the type of professional recognition that could demonstrate conclusively that family financial decisions had failed to limit potential for extraordinary achievement. The Forbes cover that would eventually feature my photograph was still several years away, but the foundation for that recognition was being established through systematic business development and proven value creation. The momentum generated by the successful implementation at Riverside Garden Center created a cascade of opportunities that transformed my business trajectory from experimental platform development to systematic market expansion. The documented performance improvements and client satisfaction metrics provided compelling evidence for prospective clients while establishing the credibility necessary for pursuing larger organizational implementations and strategic partnerships that would accelerate growth exponentially. The referral network that emerged from Margaret Chen's enthusiastic endorsement included 3 additional seasonal retail operations, 2 professional service firms, and a regional nonprofit organization that managed multiple program areas requiring integrated operational coordination. Each potential client represented distinct challenges that would test platform adaptability while providing opportunities for developing specialized modules that could serve broader market segments systematically. The decision to pursue multiple, concurrent implementations required careful resource allocation and project management capabilities that extended beyond my previous experience. The operational complexity of serving diverse clients simultaneously while maintaining platform development and completing final semester coursework demanded strategic planning and execution discipline that would prove essential for managing larger business operations in subsequent years. The first expansion client was Berkshire Automotive Services, a family-owned repair facility that served both individual consumers and commercial fleet accounts through a combination of routine maintenance, emergency repairs, and specialized diagnostic services. The operational requirements included sophisticated scheduling for service appointments, inventory management for thousands of automotive parts, customer communication systems for repair status updates, and financial tracking for warranty work and insurance claims processing. The automotive service industry presented unique challenges that differed substantially from horticultural retail operations, but shared fundamental requirements for integrated information management and operational efficiency. The implementation would test platform flexibility while providing insights into market opportunities within the broader automotive services sector, which included thousands of independent operations throughout New England that faced similar operational challenges. Michael Rodriguez, who had observed my platform development progress with increasing interest, proposed a formal partnership arrangement that would enable DataSync Solutions to offer the unified business management platform as a primary service, offering while providing implementation support and ongoing client relationships. The partnership proposal included revenue sharing, joint marketing initiatives, and expanded office space that would accommodate the additional personnel required for supporting multiple client implementations. The partnership structure that we negotiated reflected my intellectual property ownership, while leveraging DataSync's established client relationships and implementation expertise for accelerated market penetration. The arrangement provided immediate access to potential clients while maintaining my independence for future business development and strategic decision-making. The collaboration offered mutual benefits that could enhance growth opportunities for both organizations. The implementation at Berkshire Automotive required developing specialized modules for managing service appointments, tracking repair progress, coordinating parts, ordering and delivery, and generating customer communications that maintained professional standards while providing detailed technical information in accessible language. The automotive industry requirements tested platform capabilities while providing insights into market opportunities within the broader transportation services sector. The scheduling module development addressed the complex coordination requirements that characterized automotive service operations, including estimated repair duration, technician skill matching, parts availability, customer preference accommodation, and facility capacity optimization. The scheduling system needed to provide real-time updates for service progress while enabling proactive communication with customers regarding completion timing and additional service recommendations. The inventory management functionality required accommodation for the sophisticated cataloging systems that characterized automotive parts distribution, including manufacturer specifications, compatibility matrices, pricing variations based on supplier relationships, and warranty tracking for components installed in customer vehicles. The system integrated with major parts distributors while maintaining local inventory records and automated reordering protocols that optimized cash flow and service efficiency. The customer communication module enabled automated status updates, detailed repair explanations, cost estimates with approval workflows, and follow-up service recommendations based on vehicle maintenance schedules and usage patterns. The communication system maintained professional standards while providing transparency that enhanced customer satisfaction and trust in service recommendations. The financial reporting capabilities provided comprehensive business intelligence that enabled strategic decision-making for service pricing, inventory investment, technician productivity optimization, and customer acquisition strategies. The system generated profitability analysis by service category, customer retention metrics, and operational efficiency comparisons that supported sophisticated business planning despite the organization's modest size. The second expansion client was Thompson Professional Services, a regional accounting firm that provided tax preparation, bookkeeping, and business consulting services to small and medium-sized organizations throughout Western Massachusetts. The implementation requirements included client relationship management, project tracking for consulting engagements, document management for sensitive financial information, and regulatory compliance monitoring for tax preparation activities. The professional services sector presented additional complexity related to regulatory requirements, confidentiality protocols, and project-based billing structures that differed substantially from retail operations but shared fundamental needs for client communication, project coordination, and financial management. The implementation would validate platform adaptability across diverse industry requirements while providing insights into opportunities within the broader professional services market. The client relationship management module development focused on tracking engagement history, maintaining confidentiality protocols, coordinating communication across multiple service areas, and providing comprehensive client profiles that enabled personalized service delivery. The system needed to accommodate sensitive financial information while providing accessibility for authorized personnel and maintaining audit trails for regulatory compliance. The project management functionality enabled tracking for consulting engagements, tax preparation activities, and ongoing bookkeeping services while providing transparency for client billing and resource allocation optimization. The system integrated time tracking, expense management, and deliverable coordination while maintaining project profitability analysis and client satisfaction metrics. The document management capabilities provided secure storage, version control, and access management for sensitive client information, while maintaining regulatory compliance and enabling efficient collaboration among team members. The system included automated backup protocols, disaster recovery procedures, and audit trail maintenance that exceeded industry standard requirements while remaining accessible for users without extensive technical backgrounds. The regulatory compliance module addressed the complex requirements that characterized accounting and tax preparation services, including deadline tracking, regulatory update notifications, and documentation requirements for various service categories. The system provided automated reminders, compliance checklists, and reporting capabilities that ensured consistent adherence to professional standards while minimizing administrative overhead. The third expansion client was Valley Community Foundation, a nonprofit organization that managed multiple grant programs, community outreach initiatives, and fundraising activities while serving diverse constituent groups throughout the Connecticut River Valley region. The implementation requirements included donor relationship management, grant tracking and reporting, volunteer coordination, and program effectiveness measurement across multiple simultaneous initiatives. The nonprofit sector introduced additional complexity related to fund accounting, grant compliance, volunteer management, and outcome measurement that tested platform flexibility while providing insights into market opportunities within the broader nonprofit and social services sectors. The implementation would demonstrate platform applicability beyond commercial operations, while addressing unique requirements that characterized mission-driven organizations. The donor relationship management module development focused on tracking contribution history, maintaining communication preferences, coordinating fundraising activities, and providing comprehensive donor profiles that enabled personalized engagement strategies. The system needed to accommodate diverse contribution types while providing transparency for fund allocation and impact reporting that maintained donor confidence and regulatory compliance. The grant management functionality enabled tracking for funding applications, compliance requirements, reporting obligations, and program effectiveness measurement while providing transparency for funders and organizational leadership. The system integrated project tracking, expense management, and outcome measurement while maintaining detailed audit trails and automated reporting capabilities that exceeded typical foundation requirements. The volunteer coordination module addressed the complex scheduling and communication requirements that characterized community organizations while providing recognition programs, skill matching capabilities, and engagement tracking that optimized volunteer satisfaction and organizational effectiveness. The system maintained comprehensive volunteer profiles while providing scheduling flexibility and automated communication protocols. The program effectiveness measurement capabilities provided comprehensive analytics that enabled strategic decision-making for resource allocation, program expansion, and impact optimization while maintaining transparency for funders and community stakeholders. The system generated outcome reports, cost-effectiveness analysis, and comparative assessments that supported sophisticated organizational planning and external reporting requirements. The concurrent implementation process required developing project management capabilities and quality assurance protocols that could maintain consistent service delivery across diverse client requirements while preserving platform integrity and user satisfaction. The operational complexity demanded systematic planning and execution discipline that prepared the foundation for managing larger organizational implementations and strategic partnerships. The performance metrics that emerged from the concurrent implementations validated platform adaptability while demonstrating consistent value delivery across diverse industry requirements. The average operational efficiency improvement exceeded 40% across all implementations, client satisfaction scores remained consistently high, and system reliability metrics met or exceeded enterprise software standards despite the platform's relatively recent development. The market validation that resulted from successful implementations across multiple industry sectors provided compelling evidence for platform viability while establishing credibility for pursuing larger organizational clients and strategic partnerships. The documented case studies enabled systematic client acquisition while supporting pricing strategies that reflected platform value rather than competitive pressure from inferior solutions. The intellectual property portfolio that I developed during this expansion period included additional patent applications for innovative features, while establishing trademark protection for the Unified Business Management Platform brand and related service marks. The intellectual property strategy provided competitive protection while establishing assets that could support future business development and strategic partnerships. The revenue growth that resulted from expansion implementations exceeded projections while providing financial foundation for full-time business development following graduation from community college. The recurring revenue model generated predictable income that supported continued platform development, while funding marketing initiatives and operational expansion that would enable serving larger organizational clients. The strategic planning that emerged from expansion success involved establishing comprehensive growth objectives that included regional market penetration, industry specialization development, and strategic partnership cultivation that would position the company for national expansion and industry recognition. The strategic framework provided direction for building a technology company that could achieve substantial scale, while maintaining operational excellence and client satisfaction. The personal transformation that occurred during this expansion period involved developing executive capabilities that extended beyond technical proficiency to include strategic planning, team leadership, and business development skills that would prove essential for managing larger organizational operations. The experience provided practical education in entrepreneurship that exceeded traditional academic programs while building confidence for pursuing ambitious growth objectives. The realization that crystallized during these months was that systematic platform development and strategic implementation had created business momentum that could support the type of rapid growth and industry recognition that would validate my capabilities beyond any family doubt or traditional credential limitation. The foundation for Forbes recognition was being established through proven value creation and strategic business development that demonstrated authentic innovation and market impact. The transition from regional technology service provider to nationally recognized industry innovator required strategic positioning that extended beyond technical excellence to encompass thought leadership, industry engagement, and the type of professional visibility that would attract attention from major technology publications and industry analysts. The foundation for this recognition emerged through systematic documentation of platform innovation and client success metrics that demonstrated genuine market impact rather than incremental improvement over existing solutions. The industry recognition process began when Dr. Elena Vasquez, a technology management professor at MIT Sloan School of Management, encountered my platform during research for a comprehensive study on small business technology adoption patterns in post-recession New England. Her research methodology involved analyzing successful technology implementations that had enabled substantial operational improvements for organizations with limited resources and technical expertise. Dr. Vasquez had been commissioned by the New England Technology Council to identify innovative solutions that were addressing persistent challenges in small business technology adoption, particularly systems that could deliver enterprise-level functionality, while remaining accessible and affordable for organizations that had previously been underserved by existing market options. Her research focused on identifying genuine innovation that could inform broader technology policy recommendations and industry development initiatives. The performance metrics and implementation documentation that I had maintained throughout platform development provided comprehensive evidence for the type of systematic innovation that Dr. Vasquez was researching. The documented operational improvements, client satisfaction assessments, and cost-benefit analyses represented exactly the quantitative validation that academic research required for credible policy recommendations and industry analysis. The initial contact from Dr. Vasquez arrived through a formal research inquiry that requested detailed information about platform architecture, implementation methodologies, client outcomes, and business model innovation. The academic validation opportunity represented a significant credibility enhancement that could establish foundation for broader industry recognition while providing valuable feedback from respected technology researchers. The research collaboration that developed from this initial contact involved extensive documentation of platform innovation, detailed analysis of implementation processes, and comprehensive assessment of business impact across diverse client organizations. The academic rigor required for the research project provided external validation for platform effectiveness, while creating intellectual capital that could support future business development and industry positioning. The case study development process required systematic analysis of client implementations, quantitative assessment of operational improvements, and comprehensive documentation of platform capabilities that could demonstrate innovation beyond existing market solutions. The research methodology involved detailed interviews with client organizations, technical analysis of platform architecture, and comparative assessment against enterprise software solutions that served similar market segments. The research findings indicated that the Unified Business Management Platform had achieved operational improvements that exceeded typical enterprise software implementations, while maintaining cost structures that enabled adoption by organizations that had previously been excluded from sophisticated technology solutions. The academic validation provided credible third-party assessment that platform innovation represented genuine advancement rather than incremental modification of existing approaches. The MIT research project culminated in a comprehensive report that identified the Unified Business Management Platform as a representative example of innovative technology solutions that were addressing persistent gaps in small business technology markets. The report recommended policy initiatives to support similar innovation, while highlighting the economic impact potential of technology solutions that could serve previously underserved market segments effectively. The publication of the MIT research report in the Technology Innovation Review attracted attention from industry analysts, technology journalists, and business development professionals who were tracking emerging solutions in the small business technology sector. The academic credibility provided by MIT Association established platform recognition among audiences that influenced industry trends and market development opportunities. The industry engagement that resulted from MIT recognition included invitations to present platform innovation at regional technology conferences, participate in small business technology panels, and contribute to industry publications that focused on emerging solutions for underserved market segments. The speaking opportunities provided visibility among potential clients, strategic partners, and industry influencers who could support business growth and market expansion. The first major speaking engagement occurred at the New England Technology Innovation Summit, where I presented a comprehensive analysis of small business technology challenges and demonstrated how integrated platform solutions could address persistent operational barriers that limited growth for organizations with constrained resources. The presentation attracted attention from venture capital representatives, established technology companies, and business journalists who covered innovation trends. The presentation content focused on market opportunity analysis, technical innovation, discussion, and implementation case studies that demonstrated measurable business impact across diverse industry sectors. The strategic positioning emphasized platform innovation rather than technical specifications, highlighting business value creation and market expansion potential that could resonate with audiences interested in commercial applications rather than purely technical achievements. The audience response to the summit presentation exceeded expectations, generating follow-up inquiries from potential strategic partners, client prospects, and industry journalists who requested additional information about platform capabilities and business development plans. The visibility provided by the summit presentation established credibility for pursuing larger organizational implementations and strategic partnership opportunities. The media attention that emerged from conference participation included feature coverage in regional technology publications, interviews with business journalists who covered small business innovation trends, and inclusion in industry reports that analyzed emerging solutions for underserved market segments. The media coverage provided visibility that attracted attention from national technology publications and industry analysts. The first national media recognition occurred when TechCrunch published a comprehensive analysis of innovative small business technology solutions that featured the Unified Business Management Platform as a representative example of emerging approaches to addressing persistent market gaps. The TechCrunch coverage provided credibility and visibility that attracted attention from larger technology companies and venture capital organizations. The TechCrunch article generated substantial web traffic, client inquiries, and strategic partnership proposals that demonstrated the business development impact of national technology media coverage. The visibility provided by major technology publication recognition established platform credibility among audiences that influenced industry trends and investment decisions. The strategic partnership opportunities that emerged from media recognition included collaboration proposals from established technology companies, distribution partnerships with business consulting organizations, and integration opportunities with existing enterprise software providers. The partnership discussions provided insights into market expansion strategies while validating that platform innovation had achieved recognition among established industry participants. The venture capital interest that resulted from media coverage included preliminary discussions with several investment firms that specialized in business technology solutions and early-stage company development. The investment inquiries provided validation that platform innovation and business development had achieved the scale and market traction that could support substantial growth acceleration through external funding. The decision-making process regarding venture capital participation required careful analysis of growth objectives, operational independence preferences, and long-term strategic goals that would guide business development over subsequent years. The evaluation included assessment of potential partners, funding requirements, and strategic advantages that external investment could provide for market expansion and competitive positioning. The intellectual property enhancement that accompanied increased industry visibility included additional patent applications for innovative platform features, trademark registrations for business branding, and comprehensive documentation of proprietary methodologies that could provide competitive protection and strategic value for future business development opportunities. The competitive analysis that I conducted during this recognition period revealed that established technology companies were beginning to recognize market opportunities in small business technology solutions, potentially creating competitive pressure that could affect market positioning and growth strategies. The competitive assessment informed strategic planning for maintaining platform advantages while expanding market penetration. The business development acceleration that resulted from industry recognition included systematic client acquisition, processes, strategic partnership cultivation, and market expansion planning that could support transition from regional service provider to national technology platform. The growth strategies reflected lessons learned from successful implementations, while incorporating insights gained from industry engagement and competitive analysis. The operational scaling requirements that accompanied business growth included team expansion, infrastructure development, and process systematization that could maintain service quality while supporting larger client implementations and geographic market expansion. The operational planning required balance between growth acceleration and quality maintenance that could preserve client satisfaction and platform reputation. The financial planning that guided business expansion during this period included revenue projections, investment requirements, and profitability analysis that could support strategic decision-making regarding growth acceleration, market expansion, and competitive positioning. The financial models provided framework for evaluating strategic alternatives while maintaining operational stability and market credibility. The personal development that occurred during this recognition phase involved building executive capabilities that extended beyond technical expertise to encompass strategic communication, industry leadership, and business development skills. That would prove essential for managing national technology company operations. The experience provided practical education in technology entrepreneurship that prepared foundation for pursuing ambitious industry leadership objectives. The strategic vision that emerged from industry recognition and business acceleration focused on establishing the unified business management platform as the definitive solution for small business technology needs, while building a company that could achieve national market leadership and industry recognition. The vision provided direction for pursuing the type of achievement that would demonstrate capabilities beyond any family limitation or traditional credential requirement. The transformation that was occurring during this period represented fundamental shift from individual contributor to industry leader, from regional service provider to national technology innovator, and from someone seeking family approval to someone building achievements that would command respect from any observer. The recognition process was validating that systematic innovation and strategic execution could create the type of success that would ultimately appear on Forbes magazine covers. The realization that crystallized during these months was that industry recognition and business success were creating momentum toward the type of achievement that would vindicate every decision made since discovering the stolen college fund. The Forbes cover that would eventually feature my photograph was becoming an achievable objective rather than ambitious fantasy, supported by proven innovation and strategic business development that demonstrated authentic market impact. The evolution from technology platform provider to comprehensive business transformation company required strategic repositioning that addressed enterprise-level organizational challenges while maintaining the accessibility and innovation that had distinguished the unified business management platform in small business markets. This transformation phase demanded sophisticated understanding of corporate decision-making processes, regulatory compliance requirements, and the complex integration challenges that characterized large organizational technology implementations. The catalyst for this strategic expansion arrived through an unexpected opportunity when Harrison Manufacturing Corporation, a regional industrial equipment manufacturer with annual revenues exceeding $40 million, approached my company. After their chief information officer attended my presentation at the New England Technology Innovation Summit. Harrison Manufacturing represented exactly the type of mid-market organization that could validate platform scalability while providing the financial foundation for pursuing national market expansion. The initial consultation with Harrison Manufacturing revealed operational complexity that extended far beyond the small business implementations that had established my company's reputation. The organization operated multiple manufacturing facilities, maintained complex supplier relationships across international markets, coordinated distribution networks throughout North America, and managed regulatory compliance requirements that varied significantly across different product categories and geographic regions. The technical infrastructure assessment indicated that Harrison Manufacturing had invested substantial resources in isolated software systems that addressed specific operational requirements but failed to provide integrated visibility or coordinated decision-making capabilities. The fragmented technology approach created information silos that limited strategic planning while requiring extensive manual coordination that reduced operational efficiency and increased administrative costs. The manufacturing industry requirements introduced sophisticated challenges related to production scheduling, quality control documentation, supply chain coordination, and regulatory compliance that demanded platform capabilities extending far beyond the functionality that had served retail and service sector clients effectively. The implementation would require developing specialized modules while maintaining system integration and user accessibility that characterize successful small business deployments. The strategic assessment that I conducted revealed that Harrison Manufacturing's challenges represented systematic problems that affected thousands of mid-market manufacturing organizations throughout North America. The market opportunity was substantial, but success would require developing enterprise-level capabilities while preserving the cost-effectiveness and implementation efficiency that had enabled competitive advantage in small business markets. The technical architecture expansion that this opportunity demanded required fundamental platform enhancements that could accommodate enterprise-level data volumes, complex workflow requirements, and sophisticated security protocols while maintaining the intuitive user experience that had distinguished the platform in competitive evaluations. The development challenge represented the most ambitious technical project that my company had undertaken. The manufacturing module development focused on production planning capabilities that could coordinate complex scheduling requirements across multiple facilities while accommodating demand fluctuations, equipment maintenance schedules, and workforce availability constraints. The system needed to optimize resource utilization while maintaining quality standards and delivery commitments that were essential for customer satisfaction and competitive positioning. The quality control functionality addressed comprehensive documentation requirements that characterized modern manufacturing operations while providing real-time monitoring capabilities that could identify potential problems before they affected product quality or delivery schedules. The system integrated statistical process control, inspection protocols, and corrective action tracking while maintaining audit trails that supported regulatory compliance and continuous improvement initiatives. The supply chain coordination module provided sophisticated vendor management capabilities that could optimize purchasing decisions while maintaining supplier relationships and ensuring material availability for production requirements. The system integrated demand forecasting, inventory optimization, and procurement automation while providing visibility that enabled strategic decision-making regarding supplier relationships and cost management. The regulatory compliance functionality addressed the complex documentation and reporting requirements that characterized manufacturing operations in multiple jurisdictions, while providing automated monitoring capabilities that could ensure adherence to safety, environmental, and quality standards. The system maintained comprehensive audit trails, while providing alert capabilities that prevented compliance failures and regulatory violations. The implementation process required developing project management capabilities that could coordinate complex organizational change while minimizing disruption to ongoing manufacturing operations. The deployment strategy involved phased implementation across multiple facilities, while providing comprehensive training and support that ensured user adoption and system effectiveness. The data migration challenge involved transferring decades of operational information from multiple legacy systems while maintaining data integrity and ensuring continuous access to critical business information throughout the transition process. The migration strategy required sophisticated technical coordination while providing comprehensive validation protocols that verified system accuracy and completeness. The user training program addressed the diverse educational backgrounds and technical comfort levels that characterized manufacturing organizations while ensuring that all personnel could utilize system capabilities effectively for their specific operational responsibilities. The training approach combined formal instruction with hands-on practice, while providing ongoing support resources that facilitated successful technology adoption. The performance metrics that emerged from the Harrison manufacturing implementation exceeded expectations across multiple operational categories while demonstrating platform scalability and enterprise-level reliability. Production efficiency improved by 23% through optimized scheduling and resource coordination. Quality control accuracy increased by 31% through integrated monitoring and documentation, and supply chain costs decreased by 18% through improved procurement coordination and inventory optimization. The business impact assessment revealed that platform implementation had enabled operational improvements that directly enhanced profitability while providing strategic capabilities that supported market expansion and competitive advantage. The comprehensive operational visibility enabled strategic decision-making that optimized resource allocation while identifying growth opportunities that had previously been invisible to organizational leadership. The case study documentation that resulted from the Harrison manufacturing implementation provided compelling evidence that the platform could deliver substantial value to mid-market organizations while generating recurring revenue sufficient to support continued platform development and market expansion. The enterprise-level success metrics validated the scalability assumptions that had guided platform architecture decisions while demonstrating market opportunity for systematic business expansion. The industry recognition that followed successful enterprise implementation included coverage in manufacturing trade publications, invitations to present at industry conferences, and inclusion in technology analyst reports that focused on innovative solutions for mid-market manufacturing challenges. The visibility provided by manufacturing industry recognition established credibility among potential enterprise clients while attracting attention from strategic partners and investment organizations. The Manufacturing Technology Review featured comprehensive analysis of the Harrison manufacturing implementation, while highlighting platform innovation and business impact metrics that demonstrated genuine advancement over existing enterprise software solutions. The trade publication coverage provided credibility among manufacturing industry decision-makers while generating inquiries from potential clients who faced similar operational challenges. The strategic partnership opportunities that emerged from enterprise success included collaboration proposals from established enterprise software companies, distribution partnerships with manufacturing consulting organizations, and integration opportunities with existing industrial automation providers. The partnership discussions provided insights into enterprise market expansion strategies, while validating that platform innovation had achieved recognition among established industry participants. The venture capital interest that intensified following enterprise validation included serious discussions with investment firms that specialized in business technology solutions and growth stage company development. The investment inquiries reflected recognition that platform innovation and business development had achieved the scale and market traction that could support substantial growth acceleration through external funding and strategic resources. The intellectual property portfolio expansion that accompanied enterprise development included additional patent applications for manufacturing-specific innovations, trademark registrations for enterprise product lines, and comprehensive documentation of proprietary methodologies that could provide competitive protection in mid-market and enterprise segments. The intellectual property strategy provided foundation for sustainable competitive advantage while creating strategic assets for future business development. The competitive analysis that I conducted during this enterprise expansion period revealed that established enterprise software companies were beginning to recognize market opportunities in mid-market manufacturing solutions, potentially creating competitive pressure that could affect market positioning and growth strategies. The competitive assessment informed strategic planning for maintaining platform advantages while accelerating market penetration in enterprise segments. The team expansion that enterprise success enabled included hiring experienced enterprise sales professionals, additional software developers with manufacturing industry expertise, and customer success managers who could support complex organizational implementations. The team development provided capabilities for pursuing larger implementations while maintaining service quality and client satisfaction standards. The operational infrastructure enhancement required for enterprise market success included expanding technical infrastructure, developing comprehensive project management processes, and establishing quality assurance protocols that could maintain system reliability while supporting larger organizational implementations. The infrastructure development provided foundation for scaling enterprise operations while preserving the innovation and responsiveness that had enabled competitive advantage. The financial planning that guided enterprise market expansion included sophisticated revenue projections, investment requirements analysis, and profitability modeling that could support strategic decision-making regarding growth acceleration and market positioning. The financial models provided framework for evaluating strategic alternatives while maintaining operational stability and competitive credibility. The strategic vision that emerged from enterprise market validation focused on establishing market leadership in mid-market business technology solutions while building a company that could achieve national recognition and industry influence. Theosite's vision provided direction for pursuing the type of achievement that would demonstrate capabilities beyond traditional limitations while creating value that would command respect from any observer. The personal transformation that occurred during this enterprise development phase involved building executive capabilities that encompassed strategic planning, organizational leadership, and industry engagement skills that would prove essential for managing national technology company operations. The experience provided practical education in technology entrepreneurship that prepared foundation for pursuing ambitious industry leadership objectives. The realization that crystallized during this period was that enterprise market success was creating momentum toward the type of achievement that would establish industry recognition and professional credibility at the highest levels. The foundation for Forbes recognition was being strengthened through proven innovation and strategic business development that demonstrated authentic market impact and leadership capability. The transformation from regional technology company to national industry leader required strategic positioning that transcended geographic limitations while establishing the type of market presence that would attract attention from major technology publications and industry analysts who tracked emerging leaders in business innovation. This evolution demanded sophisticated understanding of national market dynamics, strategic partnership development, and the comprehensive business development capabilities that characterized companies achieving recognition at the highest levels of industry influence. The opportunity that would catalyze this national expansion emerged when Global Tech Ventures, a prominent venture capital firm specializing in business technology investments, initiated formal discussions regarding strategic investment and partnership opportunities following their comprehensive evaluation of mid-market technology companies demonstrating exceptional growth potential and market innovation. Global Tech represented exactly the type of strategic partner that could provide the resources and industry connections necessary for accelerating national market penetration while maintaining operational independence and strategic direction. The due diligence process that Global Tech conducted involved comprehensive analysis of platform technology, business model validation, market opportunity assessment, competitive positioning evaluation, and management team capabilities that would determine investment suitability and strategic partnership potential. The evaluation process required extensive documentation of business operations, financial performance, and strategic planning that provided external validation for company achievements while identifying optimization opportunities for accelerated growth. The investment proposal that emerged from Global Tech's analysis included substantial capital infusion, strategic advisory support, and access to their extensive network of enterprise clients and industry partners who could accelerate market expansion while providing validation opportunities for platform capabilities. The partnership structure preserved operational independence while providing resources for pursuing ambitious growth objectives that would establish national market leadership. The strategic planning process that guided investment negotiations involved comprehensive analysis of growth opportunities, competitive positioning, and market expansion strategies that could maximize investment impact while achieving sustainable competitive advantage. The planning included evaluation of geographic expansion opportunities, vertical market penetration strategies, and product development initiatives that would differentiate platform capabilities while serving broader market segments effectively. The capital allocation strategy that resulted from investment planning focused on accelerating team expansion, enhancing technical infrastructure, and developing comprehensive marketing initiatives that would establish national brand recognition while supporting systematic client acquisition across multiple geographic markets. The investment approach balanced growth acceleration with operational stability to ensure sustainable expansion without compromising service quality or client satisfaction. The team expansion that investment enabled included hiring experienced enterprise sales professionals with established relationships in target markets, additional software development personnel with specialized expertise in vertical market requirements, and customer success managers who could support complex organizational implementations across diverse industry sectors. The team development provided capabilities for pursuing larger implementations while maintaining the personalized service approach that had enabled competitive advantage in regional markets. The technical infrastructure enhancement required for national market operations included expanding cloud computing capabilities, developing comprehensive security protocols that could meet enterprise-level requirements, and establishing disaster recovery systems that would ensure platform reliability for mission-critical business operations. The infrastructure development provided foundation for scaling national operations while maintaining the performance standards that had established platform reputation for reliability and effectiveness. The marketing strategy that supported national expansion focused on establishing thought leadership through industry publications, conference presentations, and strategic media engagement that would build brand recognition among target audiences while demonstrating platform innovation and business impact. The marketing approach emphasized proven results and client success stories rather than technical specifications to resonate with business decision-makers who evaluated solutions based on operational value rather than technological sophistication. The content marketing initiative that accompanied national expansion included developing comprehensive case studies, industry analysis reports, and thought leadership articles that demonstrated platform capabilities while providing valuable insights for potential clients facing similar operational challenges. The content strategy established credibility among industry audiences while generating qualified leads for sales team engagement and conversion. The conference presentation strategy involved targeting major industry events where platform innovation could receive visibility among potential enterprise clients, strategic partners, and industry influencers who could accelerate market recognition and business development opportunities. The speaking engagements provided opportunities for demonstrating platform capabilities while building relationships with key industry participants who could support continued growth and market expansion. The first major national conference presentation occurred at the National Business Technology Summit in Chicago, where I delivered a comprehensive analysis of mid-market technology trends while demonstrating how integrated platform solutions could address persistent operational challenges that limited growth for organizations with constrained resources. The presentation attracted attention from enterprise technology decision-makers, industry analysts, and business journalists who covered innovation trends in business technology markets. The audience response to the National Summit presentation exceeded expectations, generating substantial follow-up inquiries from potential enterprise clients, strategic partnership opportunities, and media interview requests that provided additional visibility for platform innovation and business achievements. The national exposure validated platform readiness for broader market expansion while establishing credibility among audiences that influenced industry trends and investment decisions. The media attention that resulted from national conference participation included feature coverage in major business technology publications, interviews with prominent industry journalists, and inclusion in comprehensive industry reports that analyzed emerging solutions for mid-market business challenges. The media coverage provided credibility and visibility that attracted attention from Fortune 500 companies and established technology organizations who were evaluating innovative solutions for their own operations or strategic partnerships. The strategic partnership opportunities that emerged from national visibility included collaboration proposals from established enterprise software companies seeking innovative solutions for underserved market segments, distribution partnerships with major consulting organizations, and technology integration opportunities with existing enterprise platforms that could expand market reach while providing additional revenue streams. The partnership discussions provided insights into enterprise market strategies, while validating that platform innovation had achieved recognition among established industry leaders. The enterprise client acquisition that resulted from national marketing initiatives included implementations for organizations with annual revenues exceeding $100 million, multi-facility operations requiring complex coordination, and regulatory compliance requirements that demanded sophisticated documentation and reporting capabilities. The enterprise implementations validated platform scalability, while providing substantial recurring revenue that supported continued business expansion and market leadership development. The competitive differentiation that enabled success in national markets resulted from the platform's unique combination of enterprise-level functionality with implementation simplicity that eliminated the complexity barriers that prevented many organizations from adopting sophisticated business management solutions. The competitive positioning emphasized proven results and cost-effectiveness, rather than technical sophistication to appeal to business decision-makers who evaluated solutions based on operational impact and return on investment. The intellectual property portfolio that supported national expansion included comprehensive patent protection for innovative platform features, trademark registrations for business branding across multiple market segments, and proprietary methodologies that provided sustainable competitive advantages in enterprise markets. The intellectual property strategy created barriers for competitive replication while establishing valuable assets that could support future strategic transactions and business development opportunities. The financial performance that accompanied national expansion demonstrated consistent growth across all operational metrics, while maintaining profitability levels that supported continued investment in platform development and market expansion. The financial results validated business model assumptions while providing credibility for pursuing additional strategic partnerships and investment opportunities that could accelerate growth trajectory. The industry recognition that culminated this national expansion phase included coverage in Forbes magazine's analysis of emerging technology leaders, inclusion in industry analyst reports that tracked innovative business solutions, and invitations to participate in exclusive technology leadership forums where platform achievements could receive visibility among the most influential industry participants. The recognition validated that systematic innovation and strategic execution had achieved the credibility necessary for consideration among national technology leaders. The Forbes magazine coverage that marked this achievement phase included comprehensive analysis of platform innovation, business model effectiveness, and market impact that demonstrated authentic advancement in business technology solutions. The Forbes recognition provided validation from the most respected business publication while establishing credibility that would support continued business development and industry leadership opportunities. The personal transformation that occurred during this national breakthrough phase involved developing executive capabilities that encompassed strategic vision, industry leadership, and the comprehensive business acumen required for managing nationally recognized technology companies. The experience provided practical education in large-scale entrepreneurship while building confidence for pursuing the most ambitious industry leadership objectives. The strategic vision that emerged from national market validation focused on establishing global market leadership while building a company that could achieve sustained industry influence through continued innovation and strategic execution. The vision provided direction for pursuing achievements that would transcend traditional limitations, while creating value that would command respect from any observer, regardless of their previous assumptions or expectations. The realization that crystallized during this period was that national market success had created momentum toward industry recognition that would validate capabilities beyond any family doubt or credential limitation. The foundation for sustained industry leadership was being established through proven innovation, strategic execution, and business development that demonstrated authentic market impact at scales that commanded attention from the most influential industry observers and publications. The transformation from regional service provider to nationally recognized industry leader represented fundamental shift in professional identity and market positioning that would enable pursuing the most ambitious objectives while maintaining the innovation and strategic thinking that had enabled systematic advancement despite initial limitations and external skepticism. The national breakthrough validated that authentic value creation could transcend any circumstantial constraint, while building achievements that would establish lasting industry recognition and professional credibility. The evolution from national technology leader to global business platform required comprehensive strategic transformation that addressed international market complexities while establishing the operational infrastructure necessary for serving enterprise clients across multiple jurisdictions with varying regulatory requirements, cultural expectations, and competitive landscapes. This expansion phase demanded sophisticated understanding of global business dynamics, international partnership development, and the comprehensive compliance capabilities that characterized companies achieving sustained success in worldwide markets. The catalyst for international expansion emerged when Meridian International, a multinational consulting firm with operations across 14 countries, approached our organization following their comprehensive evaluation of business technology, platforms that could support their diverse client portfolio, while meeting stringent security and compliance requirements that characterized their global operations. Meridian represented the type of sophisticated international client that could validate platform capabilities while providing access to worldwide market opportunities that would establish global industry leadership. The international market assessment that preceded formal expansion planning revealed substantial opportunity for integrated business management solutions among mid-market organizations operating across multiple countries, particularly companies that required consistent operational standards while accommodating local regulatory requirements and cultural preferences. The global market represented exponential growth potential compared to domestic opportunities, but success would require developing comprehensive international capabilities while maintaining the innovation and effectiveness that had established competitive advantage in North American markets. The regulatory compliance analysis that guided international development identified complex requirements for data protection, financial reporting, employment regulations, and industry-specific standards that varied significantly across target markets while requiring comprehensive documentation and audit capabilities. The compliance framework needed to accommodate European Union data protection regulations, Canadian financial reporting standards, Australian employment requirements, and numerous other jurisdiction-specific obligations while maintaining operational efficiency and user accessibility. The technical architecture enhancement required for international operations included developing multi-currency financial management capabilities, multi-language user interface options, time zone coordination functionality, and sophisticated security protocols that could meet the most stringent international standards while maintaining system performance and reliability. The development represented the most comprehensive platform enhancement that our organization had undertaken, requiring coordination across multiple technical specialties while preserving system integration and user experience standards. The Data Protection Compliance Module addressed comprehensive requirements for European Union General Data Protection Regulation implementation, including consent management, data portability capabilities, retention period controls, and audit trail maintenance that exceeded standard business software requirements while remaining accessible for organizations without extensive legal or technical expertise. The compliance functionality provided automated monitoring and reporting capabilities that ensured adherence to evolving regulations while minimizing administrative burden for client organizations. The multi-currency financial management system enabled sophisticated accounting and reporting across multiple jurisdictions while providing real-time currency conversion, international tax calculation, and comprehensive financial consolidation capabilities that supported strategic decision-making for organizations operating in diverse economic environments. The financial functionality integrated with major international banking systems while providing the transparency and control that characterized effective global business management. The multi-language interface development required comprehensive translation and localization efforts that addressed cultural preferences and business terminology variations across target markets, while maintaining system functionality and user experience consistency. The localization process involved collaboration with native speakers and cultural consultants who could ensure appropriate adaptation for diverse business environments while preserving platform effectiveness and competitive advantages. The international partnership development strategy focused on establishing relationships with established consulting firms, technology integrators, and business service providers who possessed local market knowledge and client relationships that could accelerate market penetration while ensuring appropriate cultural adaptation and regulatory compliance. The partnership approach provided access to established distribution channels while leveraging local expertise that would be essential for sustained international success. The first major international implementation occurred through Meridian International's deployment across their European operations, including offices in London, Frankfurt, Paris, Amsterdam, and Milan. The implementation required coordinating complex organizational change across multiple time zones, languages, and regulatory environments while maintaining operational continuity for client services that generated substantial revenue for Meridian's multinational operations. The European implementation process demanded sophisticated project management capabilities that could accommodate cultural differences, communication preferences, and business practices that varied significantly across countries while maintaining consistent implementation standards and quality assurance protocols. The coordination required developing cultural competency and international business acumen that extended far beyond technical expertise to encompass diplomatic and strategic communication capabilities. The performance metrics that emerged from the European implementation demonstrated platform effectiveness across diverse business environments, while validating scalability assumptions for international operations. Operational efficiency improvements averaged 28% across all European locations. Client satisfaction scores remained consistently high despite cultural and language variations, and system reliability metrics exceeded enterprise standards while supporting complex multi-jurisdictional operations. The business impact assessment for the European implementation revealed that platform deployment had enabled Meridian International to achieve operational improvements